This is what we're dealing with. Wow. This is gonna be a mess. Hey Ben.
Yeah.
Where are we at?
We are at a favorite hike place of ours called Stone Mountain.
That's right. We are heading out. We are going on a hike today. We have some family with us and we are coming back to one of our favorite places to hike. Haven't been here in ages. Of course, it was closed down for a little while too because of fires. But here we are.
I love a good hike.
And there's the rest of the family on up ahead. There's a creek over beyond that little bit of a tree line there. And it's a bit cloudy today, so hopefully once we get up there it'll be burned off a little bit.
Hey, Daddy.
But we'll see.
I think that one's as old as me.
Another thing that's nice on this trail is that there's, once we get up into the mountain part, there's wild blueberries. Of course, it's not ready this time of year, but it's a favorite for us to do. What I like most about this trail is that it is a pretty strenuous hike, and I don't know, I enjoy that. You take this, it's a constant up, and you get to, well, this is the gradual up, but once you get up to more of the actual climb to the summit, it's more of an actual climb, and you get to the top peak and you're on this big huge open granite space, and then you start your trek back around the loop. You go down for a while, go through some woods, and then you get to the end. You thought your trek up was done? No. You get to go by some waterfalls, and then there's this big area you climb. That's probably I think the hardest part of the actual hike is at the very end. So. I forget how many miles is it, the full loop? It tells us up, once you split off, it tells us up there.
Yeah, I think it's like the loop.
I'm forced to come back.
Look, wild dog prints.
Whoa.
The rock.
That right there is a genuine North Carolinian rock.
Where's that, Emma? It's what?
It's a wild rock.
Look at that tree right there. That there is a genuine white pine. You can tell it's a white pine by the way it is.
That made no sense.
It makes perfect sense.
We have actually come up here and gone camping a couple times, which is real fun. They have a nice little camping area that has bathrooms and other amenities that, well, your simple amenities for tent camping, or if you want to come up here with the RV.
All right, guys. So we decided to take a little trip off the farm, and we went for a hike up to Stone Mountain here in North Carolina. And I think it's Trap Hill. I don't know, one of those places. You know where it's at. You guys can look it up. And we brought my uncle and my little nephew from Florida with us to come up here. And see, this is evidence, one, that Florida is flat. Okay? It's flat, you can just walk. But here in North Carolina, it's up and down all around. Up and down hills. So we just took him here. We're about a quarter mile in, and my uncle needs a 3-hour rest and a snack, as you can see. So we're gonna take a little break, and then we're gonna keep going. And then we got my sister and the rest of the family coming in here later, and they're gonna meet us at the bottom of the trail where the water's at. But this is what we like to do, man. Look at this area. Look at this. This is God's creation. He allowed all this to be made for us to admire His work, you know. So it's just the way He designed it, the way it happened, you know. The Bible says that the clay doesn't tell the potter how to do things. You know, the potter is the artist that makes the clay whatever he wants it. And this is what he's doing. He is the potter that's making everything the way he wants it. Things die, but things have to die in order to give life. You know, the Bible talks about how a seed has to die into the ground in order for it to give life. You know, so here we are. So we'll see you guys up there. I'll show you when we get up there.
This is one of the first rock faces along the way.
That's where we're going, right?
No, it's not that far.
It's over there.
It's this direction here.
You
But
can go
it's-
around here and
Look,
see it.
look, go around the
Yeah,
corner.
because
you'll
it's bigger
see
than
it.
that. Yep, that's where we're going. We're at the very edge of the clouds right there at the summit. Now at the base of that rock face there that you see, people will actually rock climb. So at the middle of this shot, there is, it kind of goes off at a sharp edge downward, and there's an old homestead at the base of that, which you can tour and look at and see how people used to live.
Hey, take a picture right here.
He's almost there, guys. He is almost there. I'm proud of my uncle. Almost 60 years old. And he's never done anything like this at this age. Almost. Almost 60. He's 59, 11 months and 29 days.
We have arrived.
Here you go.
Let's picnic by the trees.
Never gets old.
Never.
This is
Beautiful.
beautiful. So every time we go away on a trip, as we start to get near North Carolina, what is it that, I know what the answer is to this, but I want you to tell everyone. What is the one thing that you recognize and makes you just kind of like take a deep breath and be like,
This is home. The mountains. The mountains. The mountains. For sure.
we're now down by the homestead and walked around for a bit. This is an area where some people will come up and they will actually rock climb. There you go. Good job.
Folks, here we are. We're just hanging out. We're trying to rush today. We've taken the last couple of days off because we've hung out with family, as you'll see in the videos. But Today we're just trying to get ahead. We're here early in the morning. It's about 8 or 9. What time is it? And we're just trying to get going early before the rains come. And you know, just trying to feed these guys, get something in their bellies before we get going. So my crew is getting fed because we're early. We got my little nephew Alex, not so little no more. He's here from Florida. But we're getting something in our bellies so we can go ahead and start working here. We got to go get about a ton of feed today. We need to get rabbit feed, meat bird feed, then we have to get our layers feed, and we have to get our pig feed. We got to get 500 pounds of each except for rabbit. Rabbit we only get about 50 pounds because we supplement with veggies that we get from a grocery store. Our buddies here at Health Hut in Hickory, North Carolina, they're amazing. You guys got to go check them out. Really warm. It feels like an old general store feeling, and everybody knows you by name. It's probably maybe at the most 400 or 500 square foot little store, but the customer service is amazing. They can give you great direction, and they're very knowledgeable about vitamins, everything natural. It's a wonderful place, and you guys will love it. All right, let's get going.
So it is a little after 8 o'clock. We got home from a very nice dinner, and it's been raining, kind of drizzling off and on. And all of a sudden we get flash flood, watch and warning, and come home and realize that the Cornish Cross are actually in a low-lying area, and so we're having to rush and try and move them out from getting flooded. My husband and my son and one of my daughters is out here helping to get these chickens moved up out of a flooded area. And it is starting to flood. Poor guys.
1, 2, 3.
Hang on. Go. Move, you chicken. 1, 2, 3, go. 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, it's pretty wet down there.
Yeah.
They've got their feet down in the water. But we've got an area over here that's dry. It's a high spot. They've been in a spot right there. You can see it's kind of bald. But we've got an area that I think that'll fit. Hopefully it stays dry enough for them. We really don't have much of a choice. We're kind of stuck with what we have left for area to move them around on because we had some grading done, but as you can see with the reflection of the lights from the house, all of that is just completely underwater. It's all just rushing down from up here where they logged recently, and it's kind of blocking some of the runoff the trees that were logged used to block some of the runoff that would come down here. And so now it's a little more open, and it's just all soaking wet over there where we still have grass that we could put them on, but we really can't put them on it right now. So, what say you?
I'm wet. Yeah, I didn't want you to come out here. I thought you could do it from in there.
You can't see anything.
Okay. You want to jump in or walk back?
I'll walk back.
Because, yeah, I go through the puddle and it's kind of splashy.
Oh yeah, I was explaining that all of this over here is like, there's grass over here, but you can see with the reflection that there's nowhere to put them that is actually
Dry.
healthy.
And my hope is that when we start bringing in soil, top dirt from when they scrape them on, my mom's property, we can bring it here and dump it here, and spread it, But we have a long way to go, but that's not discouraging us.
No.
At times, I do get discouraged a lot.
It is hard because we have dealt with a lot of water issues since we moved here. It's just been a lot of flooding.
And it's like they nickel and dime you to death. These little projects, $500 at a time, it adds up.
Yeah.
And then it affects, everything else, like morale and everything else. But I've been encouraged by you guys' comments. So if you guys can keep commenting, giving us different ideas, or even just referrals, we need a lot of fencing, but I want something that's going to be rotational pasturing. I don't want to just build a big old pasture and let the cows go out there or animals go out there. We want to be able to target where they go and manage that. I know it's a little bit more work because you got to do it every day versus just putting them out there and then butchering them 6 months later. But I want to be able to also take care of my soil, because ultimately that's what really is, you know, bringing home the bacon. So yeah, so any thoughts, any comments or anything like that? You know, I love the fact that I'm able to build community, even just through the farmers market. I've been able to meet, you know, several farms local here, like one like a mile from here, and they're doing it big time, and they're going to start doing their own butchering and everything else, so it's kind of cool. So yeah, thank you.
They're gonna drive back up, so I'm actually gonna walk. But I don't know, it's kind of hard because the lighting is very dim out here, but I'm gonna walk over here so you can get a little better view, hopefully. I've got the brightness turned up on this as much as I can. All of this has recently been logged along the edges here. And just beyond that little clump of trees right here is the creek that runs through, and we've had many trees logged in this area. It's just messy. We have a lot to clean up. We're actually thinking of investing in a wood chipper because we're gonna need wood chips on a regular basis. Well, I don't know if you can see me very well. It is very dark at this point. So rather than paying someone, you know, $1,000 or more to come out here and clean up everything that's been logged, to purchase a wood chipper, because we're gonna need wood chips all the time. We're gonna need wood chips for chickens, for the pigs, for garden, you name it. So I wanted to show you guys how high our creek is rising. I don't know if you've seen little clips before where it's a little bit lower, but it is definitely getting up there, and we may be in for it this evening. We'll see. All of that is what's going on. It's probably risen, I would say, a good 5 feet or more already. So this is what we're dealing with. Wow. It's amazing the power of water, what it can do to your property.
It's about 6 or 7 in the morning, and we're just gonna take care of the morning chores. Turn it to where it can open up, and use that hook right above it to hook onto that little loop. No, use the hook to hook onto this. Yep. Perfect. Morning, Lucy. As you can see, they're all hungry. Try to get as much feed as you can in the scoop. Check on their waters, see if they're full. We're just gonna dump it out. Just kind of get that dirty water out of there, and give them some nice fresh water. And the last thing we got to do for the layers, well, not really for the layers, but for the ducks and for Lucy, is to fill up that blue pool over there. You can tell they've been in there. If you can, do you mind turning on that hose right there? See, the ducks already love it. Last night we had quite a bit of rain, and
Quite a bit.
we had flash flood warning and everything, and well, we certainly had flash floods. There we go. I try to spread out the food as much as I can. That way they're not all crowded in one spot, and that way they all have an equal opportunity just to get as much food as they can. Okay, the last part is the pigs. Pigs are a bit harder to handle. And that, folks, concludes our morning chores. That's it.